My name is Albin Henriksson, and you may know me as Neutrophic. I make an electronic music style called hardstyle. I believe that every song out there carries a story that we others don't know about. In this series, I'm going to tell you the story behind my songs. This is Neutrophic Stories. Hi guys, it's Neutrophic in the building and welcome back to my series Neutrophic Stories. In this second episode we're gonna go over 3 of my releases I released on G Hard Recordings, my first label experience, and how I ended up with Ayahuasca, Blinded by the Truth and Loneliness. Almost forgot the title. We're going back to the early days of my journey, my first label experience. It all started when I won a remix contest of Thomas Grant's Breathe, and after that I got in contact with the label and I sent them some demos. They liked them and said that it was going to be released, so it was pretty easy back then, I think. It was supposed to be an EP from my point of view, but they released 3 singles instead. So now we're gonna tell the story behind all of them in this clip. And we start off with Ayahuasca.
I'm never taking this stuff again.
As you can see, I tried to open the project, but keep in mind it was made on my old hard driver, so I don't think we can even play so much of this. Can try to see how it sounds.
Never taking this stuff again.
Yeah, here's supposed to be the drums, but the thing that makes this track special is this part here, I think. The shamanistic throat singing. Which I actually found on YouTube, and I sampled it. Hope it's okay. Fair use. It's as you can hear on it, it's much like the Scrap Attack by Headhunters feeling of it, and yeah, I also sampled some shamanistic drums to put under. And some rainforest, and together with the pad it sounds. And that kind of builds up a vibe, and here we got the trance vibe already, so I put in some yeah, it lags and everything, but that's it contains 2 melodies, that one with the ARP, and then we got a sine lead here, which I don't think, not a sine, I mean a square lead, but I don't think we can play it because it's an old synth. Nah, it sounds weird, and also the solo. Okay, this project is, it's doomed. I can't do anything about it, but the story behind the track is, I was inspired by the psychedelic visualizations of the shamanistic herbal drink, ayahuasca, and that gave the name to it. I watched some documentaries where I also found the fitting vocals that's in the track, and yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube clips about this, and suddenly I just felt that, hey, this can be a cool hardstyle but trance-inspired hardstyle track. And yeah, 2 years ago in 2018 I made a Psy style, or well, Psy edit of the track, which you can find on my SoundCloud if I haven't deleted it yet. Yeah, that's what I had to tell about this track. Let's move on. Next one is Loneliness, the second single that I released on G Hard Recordings, and first of all I tried now to open the 3 projects, and to be honest they don't work, so I'm not able to show you so much about the techniques of the tracks, which was back then not so good and nothing too fancy, so you don't miss anything. But these 2 tracks, they have a little bit more of a story behind it, and that is why I make these videos. So let me tell you the story about Loneliness. It's kind of sad actually. I wrote the text and recorded it, of course, with myself, but I did it a day back in, I think, 2013. In that period I was pretty lonely actually, and I did have friends, but I preferred to kind of sit by the computer and, I don't know, make music and play games and stuff. But I also enjoyed to, when it was a nice day, like sun in the sky, I want to be outside and do some adventures. And this track was written one day when my friends just told me that I couldn't join them on an adventure. I don't know what it was, but that got me kind of sad and in a mood for writing a emotional song in a sad manner, of course. And that's where I came up with the vocals. And as you hear on the track, it is inspired by the Wasted Penguin sound. Not only the lyrics, but also the sounds in the lead and the structure and everything like that. So that's the short story behind it. And last but not least, well, it was never a hit, so none of these tracks were. Wonder why. Blinded by the Truth, which is not that catchy as a title, but it's another vocal track that I've written myself and recorded myself. This was also written in a time when I guess I was a bit confused in my life, what I wanted to do in future, what I have done in the past, and you know, a teenager just lost. So yeah, I experimented with some vocals and came up with this lyrics, which is also kind of deep, but it's full of hope in the same way. So well, after I wrote it, I just stood by the microphone and repeated the phrases, and suddenly I came up with this, tried to match that with the piano melody that you hear in the track, and also then a lead, and the song was kind of writing itself after I finished the vocals. And as a producer, it's the process when it goes that way is very nice. That's how I like it, when just the track is done fast and you get the ideas and you just boom out with them. I think I wrote this also in 2013, so now it's like 7 years later and I'm sitting here like, hey, fuck, how could I be signed on a label with this? But then again, it was my first label and it was my first tracks. I was back then very proud of it, and today I can cred myself for the vocals and stuff. I think it's maybe I should make like a 2020 version of it. I don't know, you can comment below if you like that. But same here, I can't really show you the track because the project file is corrupt. So I hope you guys think it was a little bit interesting, even though it's I didn't really show anything special except the footage I've been filming. And yeah, I can promise that the more modern the tracks are getting, the better the story will be also. So I just had to make this video because so we can move on forward in the release list, because I like it to do in the order where they came. So well, with enough said, this is Neutrophic and I'm signing out. And if you like these videos and all my content, feel free to tell me, it's always appreciated. And yeah, check out my brand new release True Calling on Spotify. Bye.